Hi, we're back and we're live here at Switch Digital Studios, and we have another special guest in the studio with us. He's a 25-year veteran of the U.S. military. He's a real estate professional here in the state of Maryland, and he's also the author of Buying My First Home as a Military Homebuyer. And we have in studio, as a military veteran. We have in studio my friend and longtime customer, right?
Yes.
Brian Bailey.
Yes.
Okay. Brian, good to have you here.
Well,
Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, thank you for having me today on this wonderful launch of OneDMV.
Thank you so much. So we're going to talk about your book today because this is also a relatively new book,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So before we get into the book, tell us about your real estate career.
Yeah. Well, my real estate career actually started way back in 1992.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not new to the game.
Right.
But I had to take care of some things along the way. I watched the industry change. I seen 2008 where the industry really dropped.
Right.
But now in the Maryland area, we are under what's called a resurgence of real estate. You know, people buying homes again, getting excited about it.
Right.
But with this area being so big when it comes to military, Air
Right.
Force, Marines, Navy, Army, it's a perfect time to find that niche, which is the United States veterans. And
Right,
with this book
right.
and with that being a real estate agent,
Right.
that's what we're here set to help.
Great. So in addition to being a real estate agent, you also are credentialed
Yes.
for military homebuyers.
Yes,
So
yes.
tell me about that.
There's a credential called MRP, which is Military Relocation Professional. And this is someone who has studied and learned all the things that military members go through as far as their deployments, how they
Okay.
get paid, things that may affect them when it comes to buying a home. So with those credentials, you're dealing with someone who knows what to deal with when it comes to helping our veterans.
For relocation. So that's
Yes.
like if a military service member were to be stationed at Andrews, for instance, and then
Yes.
transfer to a different location.
Yes, transfer to a different location, or in most cases, they're coming from another duty station, and they're coming to either Andrews or Fort Meade. So I will be the one that takes them as soon as they get here,
Right.
walks them through the process. Actually, we even start before they even get here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the home
Wow,
buying process
that's
starts
awesome.
before they even get here.
So they can contact you before they transfer in.
Yes.
Wow. And
Yes.
you have knowledge of their benefits and wow, that's pretty
Exactly,
awesome. I never
exactly.
even thought about that.
Yeah.
So that is a great niche. Great. Okay, so any other credentials? You're a member of what?
I'm a
VA,
member
right?
of, yes, the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals, which is a much needed organization because it focuses on the veterans who have a problem when it comes to buying a home or veteran homelessness and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Organization that actually goes in and in some cases finds a home for veterans and mortgage free, gets them into that home. So now
Wait a
they
minute.
have
Wait.
roof over their head.
Mortgage free?
Yeah.
So what does explain that? Because I feel like I should enlist. Right? I'm probably too old, but
Yeah.
So
Well,
explain
there's
that.
veterans that suffer from things like PTSD and other
okay.
issues that for some reason they can't cope and
Right.
they're trying to get back on their feet again. So you have organizations like VA Rep that says, hey,
Wow.
let's find out what we can do to get this veteran going again. Let's
Awesome.
put a roof over their heads.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, so we're busy doing things like that. as
Yeah,
well.
and you know, so attended your book launch back in the fall,
November?
right? And I did realize, I didn't realize before, but I did see that there are a lot of benefits that are available to military members and veterans
Yes.
that I don't know if they know about.
Right.
You know, a lot of things that
Yeah.
are available to them. So, yeah, so let me ask you a few questions. What is the credit score requirement if someone were going to purchase a home, a veteran were going to purchase a home? What's the requirement for a VA loan?
The requirement for a VA loan, just like any other loan, is they want to make sure that person is credit worthy, first of all.
Okay.
And I want to talk about that for a few minutes. There's veterans and people that are non-veterans that have this fear. And that fear is, well, I can't buy a home right now because I think I have too much going on with my finances, my
Right,
credit.
right.
And in the military side, I call that your financial foxhole.
Okay.
So I like to be able to work them through that so they feel comfortable enough to get to that target score. And when I mention target score, we're looking at, even with the veterans, about 620 or higher.
Okay.
620 is right there on the border.
Okay.
But if we can get you in with a lender at
Right.
that level, then we can work with you.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? We're going to get more into this, but we're
Okay.
going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back
Great.
with Brian K. Bailey. Okay, and we're back in studio here on the OneDMV network, and we're talking with Brian Bailey, the author of Buying My First Home as a Military Veteran. So, Brian, let me ask you some other questions just generally about real estate and also about specifically for veterans.
Right.
First, is there a requirement to get home inspections in
Yeah.
Maryland?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's more of a lender requirement.
Oh, okay.
Of course, you have your conventional loans, you have your FHA loans, and you have
Right.
your VA loan. Now, the VA wants to make sure when the veteran purchases a property,
Right.
that the VA they're taken care of, they're protected.
Okay.
And so, yeah, they will send out a VA appraiser to look at the
Oh.
house and make sure that it meets some of their minimum property standards, minimum property requirements.
Okay.
Does the house have a working kitchen, working electricity? Is the plumbing okay? Does it have a bathroom, right,
Right.
that works?
Right.
Does it have bedrooms for you and the kids to sleep in?
Oh,
So it's
okay.
little things they look at, and there's some other things. But what I always say to veterans,
Right.
even though the VA will send out their own inspectors,
Right.
it's always good for you to send out an independent inspector that you will
Oh,
hire.
okay. So
That
that's
will, yes.
That's what I was wondering. So does their inspection does not satisfy the home inspection that you would have? It's not the same guidelines or standards or whatever.
It's a pretty tight standard to make
Okay.
sure the house is livable.
Right,
But when you
right.
get your own inspector, he goes above and beyond and look at
Right.
stuff that you would even think of.
Okay.
That make sure that, hey, I'm buying this house, let me get this taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they will send their inspector only if you're getting a VA loan, or just given the fact that you are a veteran or military home buyer?
Well, a VA loan inspection is required by the VA.
Oh, okay.
But it's required by the VA and it's initiated by them.
Oh, I see.
So you can have your own independent inspector come in, and
Right.
he or she can do their own inspection to make sure
Right.
that the house is really up to par when it comes to you purchasing it.
Great,
Mm-hmm.
great. Okay, so as far as VA loans go, who would be the best lender to go
Ooh.
to?
Now that's a good question. You know, there's a lot of lenders out there. You
Mm-hmm.
have some of your named lenders that you hear on TV and radio all the time.
Right.
But what I tell veterans is that, don't necessarily go with the big name that you hear.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to sit down with that lender and ask them some questions.
Oh.
How many VA packages have you done in the last year?
Okay.
What kind of reviews do you have? Well, no, don't ask them. You go online and Google and see what kind of reviews they're getting.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Right? And
So that's
it's-
public. They would be able
Yeah.
to find that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So see how they're servicing the veterans. You may go to a lender. Somebody say, hey, go to ABC Lending.
Right.
And you find out that ABC Lending, well, they haven't serviced a veteran in a year and a half.
Oh,
So do you really want to go with that lender?
Right,
Or do you
right.
want to go with someone that has a veteran maybe every week that they're servicing as far as getting a VA loan? And is that veteran happy? Are they getting 5 stars?
Right.
Or are they getting 1 star? So you have to do your research.
wow. So there's a lot that goes into
It
this.
really
And
is.
do you work with specific lenders, or do you kind of let the buyer bring their lender to you? Or, you guys coordinate?
Right. Well, I like for my buyers and I to talk about what they're looking for,
Okay.
the package that they want to look at when it comes to buying the home.
Right.
And then we can go and interview the lenders. We can interview the
Oh.
lenders together. So they'll
You
come
d-
back and they say, Brian, I like,
That's a lot.
this lender has this type of package. Do you think this will work for me? Well, let's find out. Let's interview them. Let's see how many stars they have. Let's look at the reviews.
Right.
Let's see if this lender really helps the veteran or they're just trying to get your business and they don't know what they're doing.
Right. So you know what? You are actually
An advocate.
You're an advocate. I was going to say, because from my experience, my realtor coordinated with the lender, but she didn't help me interview or find out, if we're doing the best, or
Right.
we never got that kind of white glove treatment.
Right.
So that's awesome. Does that come with your? Is that like something that you just do, or is that part of like?
Well, that's not part of the real estate industry. That's just something extra
That's
that I
what
like
you
to do.
do.
That I want to make sure that I'm giving that expert customer service to make sure
Right.
that my clients are happy. Because when clients are happy, guess what? They send other people your way.
Yes, they will refer.
That's right.
That's absolutely true.
That's right.
Good stuff. Okay, well, I tell you what, I see that you have some other things that you're doing for veterans.
Yes.
So we're going to take another break,
Okay.
and we'll be right back.
Great.
Okay? Okay, and we're back here on the OneDMV network talking with Brian K. Bailey, author of Buying My First Home as a Military Veteran.
Yes.
And Brian, so let me ask you, what makes this book unique?
When I put this book together, I started thinking about my journey
Okay.
as a home buyer, as a veteran.
Right.
And I asked myself, if I had to put together a book that could help me through the process, what would it look like?
Okay.
So one of the things that, of course, with the information we talk about, I mean, if you go through some of the chapters, you see how we talk about credit, how to get your credit ready when it comes to buying a home.
Right.
But we also talk about the information that's needed about interviewing the lender. We talked about that earlier. But you also want to interview your real estate agent. We didn't talk about that.
Okay.
That's another area that you have to make sure you
Okay.
cover.
Okay.
We talked about contracts. We talked about the closing process, and we talked about real estate terminology. There is
Okay.
so much terminology right now out there in the industry, and you may not know, and you feel confused and you feel lost.
Right.
Well, I'll cover that here in the book. One thing that I really want to mention that really makes this easy is home buyer notes. So each
Right.
chapter gives the veteran a chance to learn the information, and then at the end of the chapter, write the notes that they learned in the process.
Okay.
Even if they're going out to purchase a home and they're looking at 8 homes on the weekend,
Right.
they can come back to this book and they can start writing down what they saw, what they like, what they dislike,
Right.
what are some of the things they want to add, what are some of the things they want to take away.
Right.
Whether it's a new builder or someone that's selling their home on ABC Street,
Oh,
it's they can now write down and journal their
Right.
process until they get to closing.
right.
That makes the book unique.
That makes the book unique, and
Mm-hmm.
it's specifically again for military veterans.
Yes, it
so, it looks like you have covered all the bases. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
from before the purchase, before even looking for the home, like you
Yes.
said, getting your credit ready, all the way through to closing. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, definitely, if you're a veteran who is looking into purchasing a home, and not just in Maryland, right?
Right.
Get the book.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
let's talk about that. How would they purchase the book?
Right now, we're selling a lot of these copies on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Soon to be an Amazon bestseller. So they can go to Amazon and just type in "Buying My First Home as a Military Veteran,"
Okay.
and it'll pop up. And please, if you have the book already, make sure you leave a review
Oh, okay.
on that. Or they can go to the Veteran Homeowner, the veteranhomeowner.com website.
The
and order from there.
veteranhomeowner.com.
Right.
Okay. And you are the Military Home Guy
Yes.
Right.
Military Home Guy on Instagram.
on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one more question, because I actually talked to someone who wanted to know this.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to buy land only, could I use a VA loan to do this, especially if I have plans to build a house on it later?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question. And unfortunately, the Veterans Association does not have a program to where you can buy just land. It has to be
Oh,
a
okay.
house. It has to be a home a condo.
And
where they
livable.
yes,
Okay.
yes, and
Okay.
then they do that. There are some programs where you can try to do land and then the building close together.
Oh, okay.
But that's not really a VA type program. So you'll have to go
Okay.
FHA or conventional or some other similar loan to make that happen.
Okay. So tell me this, what else are you doing for veterans? Because you're an advocate, not just for home buying,
Right.
but for veterans in general. So what else are you doing for the veterans?
You know, one of the things that excite veterans every year is our Veterans Day activities. Each
Okay.
year we get a chance to go eat for free.
Yes.
We go to some of the restaurants in the area, and this is a nationwide thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And last year I was sitting down with a friend of mine, Senior Master Sergeant Nieves, and we said, wow, wouldn't it be nice if we can just, go somewhere for Veterans Day, have a nice trip or something. And I thought about that.
Okay.
And I said, why don't I put together a trip and make it nationwide where veterans can come and have some fun. So we put together something called the Salute the Veterans Cruise for 2018.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we connected with Royal Caribbean Cruise Line.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
and,
it's,
yes.
wow, it's legit.
It's legit.
Okay.
Royal Caribbean Cruise
I
Line.
thought you were going to say Spirit of Washington. or
No,
something.
no. November 9th through November 12th.
Okay.
We're going to Bahamas and we're going to Coco Cay.
Wow.
We're having a military ball on that. We're also doing a inter-service sports activity. So we got Army versus Navy. We have
nice.
Air Force versus Marines.
Okay.
We're going to do that out on the Coco Cay. And we made it very affordable so veterans don't have to spend a lot of money out of their pocket.
Right.
But they can go have fun, just take the uniform off.
Right.
Don't worry about the stress
Right.
of life. Just have a great time for 4 days.
Awesome.
Leave on the Friday. Come back on the Monday. Make some new friends and network.
So, so I can't get in on that.
No, you can go. You don't have to be a veteran to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's a veterans group. So there'll be
It's
a lot
for-
of military people there.
Right.
And there might be some women that are looking for a good military guy.
Well,
so they can,
yeah.
or
So we have someone in studio raising their hands.
that might be the thing for you to do.
Well, that's great. So, Brian,
Mm-hmm.
again, thank you so much for coming out to celebrate this launch with us.
Yes.
We've known each other for a long time. We've gone back, 10 years?
Yeah, easy.
first video?
2007.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been great. Just working with you, you're a great friend, a great, customer
Yes,
and advocate for veterans.
Yes.
How can people get in touch with you?
People can reach me at Brian Keith Bailey at gmail.com.
Okay.
They can reach me there, or they can also go to the Military Homeguy at gmail.com.
Okay. The Military Home Guy.
Military Homeguy at gmail.com.
And you're also the Military Home Guy on Instagram.
Reach me on Instagram.
Follow
at the
him on
Military
Instagram.
Homeguy.
Grab your copy of Buying My First Home as a Military Veteran. It's available on Amazon.
Available right now on Amazon.
And just keep in touch.
Yeah.
Keep me posted on what you're working on.
I
I
will.
know you will,
Yeah,
right?
I will.
And I'll be there to support
Yeah,
if I can.
let's get people on this cruise, man. This is such a big deal.
Okay, November 4th through the 9th.
Right, November 4th through the 9th,
And-
and that's right here. And we're leaving out of, just to add this, out of Orlando, Florida.
Oh, okay.
So leaving out of Orlando, Florida.
Okay,
And,
so as long as they can get there.
Yeah, and payment plans are available. Now, somebody's asking about prices right now, so we better cover it.
Okay.
Somebody wanted to know, hey guys, it's $486 for Ocean View, and it's $606
Oh.
for balcony, and that's going to cover so much stuff. You're going to get so many goodies, so much wonderful things on this.
Yeah.
So, we got the great
That is
pricing.
affordable. Yeah, that's very affordable.
We're going to have a veteran, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine go for free. We're going to have some great sponsors. So come on this cruise, have a good time, get the commemorative T-shirt and the coin, and celebrate your service with a lot of like-minded people.
And they can contact you at any of those
Yes.
email addresses for the cruise
Yes.
or for the
Or
boat.
whatever they need, yes.
Whatever you need.
Yes.
All right, you heard it from him directly. Brian K. Bailey in studio. Thanks again
Mm-hmm.
for coming in. And that does it today for our launch, our live stream here on the OneDMV network. Thanks for joining us, for being a part of this, and we're signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See my name in lights, spark from the heart and it shines so bright. Yeah, let the whole world know. Let's go, let's go, let's go. heights. Ball till I fall and I'm feeling alright. Yeah, so let the whole world know. Let's go, let's go, let's go.